Hi everybody, I hope everybody's having a good day. Like I say in all my videos, I'm not responsible for anybody get hurt. It's just my opinion. I haven't done tarot cards in a long time. I've been busy and I've been hurt, so I'm finally coming back to play tarot card reading. Like I say, I'm not responsible. If anybody gets hurt, it's just my opinion. And I'm rusty to play tarot cards, so I'm just learning how to play all over again because it's been a few months. So today I'll be talking about Diddy. So, yep, I'm gonna be looking him up and do tarot reading on Diddy. Diddy. All right, his name is Sean John Combs, born November 4th, 1969. Also, stage name is Diddy Puff Diddy. His occupation is rapper, songwriter, corner artist, and yeah. I'm looking. He has 7 children, and he's had 3 different partners, and he's been in trouble. All right, so I'm gonna do first. I'm gonna do. I have these different cards. I'm gonna do his childhood, how his childhood was. So I'm gonna look up Diddy's childhood and how it went. Please tell me about Diddy Holmes. John Diddy Holmes, please tell me about his childhood. Sorry. Like I said, I am learning about tarot cards all over again. My shuffling's not that great, so I'm trying. So here we go. Please tell me what happened in his childhood, Diddy's childhood. Please tell me about John Diddy's childhood. Please tell me. Did he have a good childhood, or would it suck? Or did he get along with his family and stuff? Did he get along with his brothers and sisters and his mother and father? Were they in his life or were they not? Eventually I'll get better. All right, I'm going to do 5 spread about his childhood. Please. All right. Let me see. No, you didn't have too much of a good childhood. No, it was all right. He felt like he wanted some freedom at his childhood because, he was very rebellious, and he was very distant from people, and he was withdrawn by people. He didn't want to be close to his family, so he was very withdrawn. He tried to be brave, and he ended a lot of relationships. He was in and out of relationships with his family members and his family. Yeah, he was in and out of relationship with his friends. That's the cups, 8 of cups. He didn't have a lot of friends. King of Pentacles, he thought he was being realistic about his family. He tried to do the best he can and figure out what he's doing with his family. And he wanted to entertain. He wanted to entertain people because he was into music and, music, and he was a rapper. He was very much into music. And he tried to be disciplined with his music and, worked hard. And he was also grounded, and he was very secretive about his life too with his music. And he discovered at a young age two of swords. I mean swords. He made a lot of discovery decisions that people, his family members, probably wouldn't have necessarily agreed with him. So the wands. Yes. And there was a lot of chaos in his family. There was probably a lot of fighting in his family with his brothers and sisters and his parents. There was and they had a lot of fighting. There was a lot of fighting in his family. You know, they got pissed off real easily. Yeah, and they were lack of discipline when it came to schooling. He go into school. He was lack of discipline going to school. School was not his thing. Diddy was not into school at all. You know, he didn't like it. He thought it was a waste of time going to school. He didn't want to do it. So, yeah, Diddy really hated school. He thought it sucked. He thought it was a waste of time. And, but he, like I said, he liked his music. He was very balanced. And he dated a lot of different girls and have partnership. And he was very attracted to them, and he was happy being around his friends and the women. So he was happy. He didn't get along with his family very well, but he got along with girls and he liked music. So no, he had a rough childhood. He just didn't like his family. They fought a lot and stuff. All right, so we're going to ask about the women in his lives. Because he had a lot of girlfriends. I'm going to ask, he had a lot of girlfriends, so, in the past, so I'm going to look that up. I'm going to do his past relationships. His past relationship with women. How did that go? Because he had a lot of them. He had Jennifer Lopez and stuff like that. I'll look that up too. How was his relationship with the girls that he went out with in the past? Find joy is a simple pleasure. So he liked to be together with these women. He was like, yahoo, I like to have all these beautiful women around me. He found joy, and he was pleasure being around in the beginning of his relationships in the past. In the Hangman upright, there was delays in the relationship. I guess he didn't want to commit to one person, and it stood still. Like he was fear of sacrifice. He didn't want to sacrifice to one woman. He thought he could spread it around, and he liked being with multiple women. That's probably why he had a lot of kids. So in the present, he thought there was a lot of sparks flying with a lot of different women, and he could spread his love around. This is what I'm thinking he feels. Like he thinks he has a lot of love to give to different women in the present. And this is the Magician upright. He took a lot of actions to be with different women in a relationship. He thought he was very powerful. He wanted to be the alpha man. He didn't want the woman to be the alpha woman. He liked to be the one in charge. He didn't like the women to be too much in charge. He let it sometimes, but he was the one who wanted to be. He thought he had very good skills in relationships and his music, so he probably liked to sing to them, liked to perform with them, and do different things. This is adult and the present. You were attracted to the right person at the right time. So yeah, he was attracted to different women at the right time. It says that. In the reverse, this says inner resources struggling, overwhelmed, edge, so he was upset because of the relationships that didn't turn out well. He was upset because it didn't turn out well. And he struggled with them. He was felt overwhelmed being with all these different women who were stronger than him. I guess he felt insecure about being with some women because he wanted to be the tough one and he wasn't. So he in the in, in the future he doesn't like strong women as much as him. He thinks they're okay, but he prefers to be the alpha man. So yeah, he doesn't like women who are strong. He prefers him to be the dominant one. So, yep. So okay, I'm gonna do a reading on now on how his relationship was with Jennifer Lopez back in the 90s, I guess it was, because they were together. So, please tell me how his relationship with Jennifer Lopez, how did that go? I'm going to do five cards. Please tell me how his relationship with Jennifer Lopez was during the time they were together. Was it good? Was it bad? You hear so many things. I'm going by what my cards tell me. Please tell me. All right, how is Jennifer Lopez's relationship with Pam? All right. It says it had its up and down, and he thought he was the good person. He thought, oh, he was a good provider with her because it was during the time she was famous too. In the 90s, because she thought she was famous. She thought she was famous, and he thought he was famous. He did a lot of partying, and he was worried in the relationship because he wasn't sure how it was going to go. Because of the relationship, there were boundaries. Like she put boundaries on him, like saying you can only do this. You can only do that. So she put boundaries on all the guys she ever did. Like she wanted to roll the rooster. That's what he feels. He felt like Jennifer Lopez wanted to rule him, and there were boundaries, and he wanted to stand his ground, but she wanted to be the tough cookie, the tough broad woman. And he's a traditional person. He likes to be the one in charge. He doesn't want the woman to be. Like I said in other readings, he wants to be the one in charge. This is the Honophonic. That's the person who's religious. He wants to be the one in charge. He wants to make the decisions in women's relationships. He approved on some of the things she did. He said, okay, I'll let you get away with a lot of stuff. And he did forgive her for a lot of things that she did. He forgave her, and she forgave him. Some of the things he didn't agree, so he agreed with some of the things. Even though he is a traditional person, he thinks the guy should be doing things. And he had trouble with finances. He was recovering from finance. There might have been a lot of lawsuits against. There's a lot of lawsuits against him now, and there was lawsuits. Maybe she was thinking we better be careful because they're doing things that aren't legal. So I feel like there was a lot of lawsuits in their relationship. Maybe they put things behind closed doors. Maybe some people were going to sue Diddy. This is entertainment purpose, and J-Lo. So there was a lot of, there's a lot of, there might have been a lot of lawsuits going toward them and losing money and property and stuff, because I feel like someone was going to sue both of them during their relationship. There was money problems during their relationship. Wow, that's interesting. That's how I feel. Also, they were two evil people. They were not good people together. They were terrible together as partners. They're not good together. They're very selfish. They're conceited. This is what it says. They lose. They say something of the less two evils. I guess they think they're better than other, but a lot of people think they know. They don't make always the right choices. They make lousy choices when it comes to the relationship with who they hang out with. Both of them hanging out together, so they really sucked at relationships. And they knew about a lot of information about what was going on in their relationship and other people's relationships. So they knew what something was going on if they went on go to the parties together. They knew what was going on in parties when they go party together, and they were trying to have success and happiness in the relationship, coming to celebrate. So they were trying, but they were not happy together. He wanted someone who was less like he wanted to be the rooster, in the relationship, the one in charge when she wants to be, because he's more of the traditional old school, and she was more like Jenny on the Block, who wanted to be. Okay, I'm gonna do a reading about what is going down now, the entertainment purposes, about his problems with with women, those parties, the parties he was throwing with J Lo was there. They said there was partying. All right, let me know about the partying. Please tell me about partying. Those parties that he threw. Did they have things that they weren't supposed to do? Did they do things that they weren't supposed to do? Did they have sex at the party? Did they do drugs? Did they do things which was over the top? Because that's what I heard. Things that people under the age of 18 shouldn't be admitted. They should, that, and stuff like that. Because, like the saying goes in Hollywood, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Did they have that kind of attitude at his parties? Did they have those kind of parties, or were they not? Or did the people say, oh, they're already overreacting and it's not really that? Or was it that, where people are stepping forward and saying, oh, they're going too far. Diddy and his friends are going too far with the parties. Please let me know. Good girl. All right, I'm gonna do. Did they do a huge amount of partying? All right. Yes, they did a huge amount of partying. All right. I feel like the inner strength. They thought they can do anything they want, and they don't have to be reliable to their when they were partying. They had self-doubt that they might get caught putting the hand in the cookie jar. They weren't sure if they were going to get caught doing things because they had some low energy and low emotion, and they struggle with their pride. They struggle because they weren't sure if they were going to get caught doing things that they weren't allowed to do, shouldn't do, like drugs or people underage drinking, or things that they weren't supposed to do. So they did worry about they might get caught doing things they weren't supposed to. This is the strength card in reverse. Yeah, they thought they might get caught doing stuff they shouldn't be doing, but they put it behind we're not going to get caught doing stuff. All right, and this is the family. They thought they were like a family, in the 70s, during the Godfather movie. They were like a family. The guys and the girls all thought they were a family. He and his friends were like a blood. They weren't really blood, but they thought they were family, and they weren't gonna weren't gonna tell on each other. They're gonna stand up and they reminisce about their past times together at the party. The newer parties, they reminisce on the parties that they were gonna do. And they had a lot of joy, and they said, oh, remember what we did when we were young, what we did. So they partied, and they thought of each other like family members. All right. There were some of these people who did not agree with what was going on. This is the Hermit. They were soul searching. Some people were soul searching, thinking, I'm not sure what we're doing is right. They thought, oh God, I don't know and some people wanted to be they wanted the truth to come out because they didn't like what was going on with the girls and the drugs and what's been going on. So there was things going on that there were gonna be people who were gonna blow the whistle on to Diddy, and they felt like they were alone because if you say anything you could get in trouble, and they tried to there were consequences by their action. That he was scared. The people would be scared. There would be consequence with the actions, and they're preparing for whatever's going to happen. They were preparing for, oh, if something happens, we'll all stick together and say this story. They were afraid of, the foresight was, oh, we're going to go and stay together and we're not going to rat on each other. Putty said, oh, you guys are going to have to stay with us. You're not going to go and tell on us. You have to be on our side and you can't squeal. That's what he wanted. He wanted good opportunities of hanging out with these women and doing stuff, making money, and say, don't screw this up, don't tell on us. And they thought they had the perfect relationship. There was going to be victory. They're going to do more partying. There's no one's going to know about it. That's what I feel like. He thought there was no one's going to rat on him and tell on him. But there's people who don't like what he's been doing in that one. And they felt like they were alone. Like I said, they feel like they're alone. And there was also disharmony. A lot of people did not like what he was doing, so they left early and they said, this is disgusting. I don't want any part of what Diddy Daddy and his friends are doing, whoever they are. And a lot of women broke up. A lot of times they broke up the party because they said, this is enough. A lot of people didn't want to deal with him, so they broke up the party. So yeah, a lot of people a lot of people didn't like what he was doing, so they broke up the party, and there was a lot of tension in the when he was doing the party, and there was a lot of tension. There probably was a lot of fighting. People saying, "Come on, this is enough. I don't want these girls and the people who are underage drinking and the drug basing and whatever he's doing. Enough is enough." And they broke up the party and saying, "That's it. The police might come in, so we better clean up our act." A lot of people. So, and this is, they thought they could get away with it, but a few people said, "Oh, I don't like what he's doing." They wanted the truth to come out. They hated being alone, thinking, God, this guy's psycho. And there was a broken communication because people didn't like what he was doing, and there was a breakup, and they distrusted him. They didn't trust him because they thought he was nuts what he was doing, and they did things that weren't right. So a lot of people distrust Diddy. They didn't like what he was doing at these parties. They thought he was disgusting. All right. Is Diddy a narcissistic person? I'm going to just throw that out there. Hopefully this isn't too long. Is Diddy a narcissistic person? I'll do 4 cards. Please tell me. Is he a narcissistic person? It says inner strength. He thought he had inner strength. He thinks he has some weak, and he does have he has trouble with pride because of what's been going on with all these parties and stuff. So he has raw emotions. He feels upset that he got caught, and he's pissed off that and he doesn't have very much energy because he's struggling, and he feels weak because of being caught with his pants in the cookie jar, or his pants down, or whatever you want to say. And he does think he has some family that's going to stick up, like his mother or his family or some friends who are going to stick by him and say, okay, we're going to stick by you. Whatever they say is a bunch of crap. We're not going to believe them. He thinks there are people going to stick up for him. So I think he feels insecure, and he does have some he does have some narcissistic in him. We all have some to some point, but I feel like he does have that. He has lack of confidence. right now because he got caught doing stuff. You know, he videotaped people, so, which is the smartest thing to do. It's kind of stupid, but yeah, he got caught, and he's insecure about that because he got caught and doing things, and he feels anxiety, he feels depressed, he feels upset and pissed off that he got caught with all these girls and all the videos, and he's scared that the public won't like him anymore. Surprise, surprise, I don't. So, and he's through despair and trauma. He feels really upset. So he is a narcissistic person, and he did all these terrible. All right, I'm going to do 2 more questions, and then I have to take my dog out to do her business. She's been trying to be patient. Okay, will he's in jail now. Will anybody else go to jail? Will he squill on anybody else? Will he squill on other people and get for him to get a lighter sentence? Will he tell on other people and say, okay, I'm going to tell you the other people who are going to do it, so I'll get a lighter sentence, so he won't go in? I don't know if he'll really do any jail time. I'll look that up as the last question. Is he going to tell on other people so he can save his ass or his own hide? Is he going to tell on other people so he feels frazzled and anxiety. He feels upset over this. He's struggling. He feels defiance, and he lack of trust anymore. He feels he feels like people betrayed him. He's upset. He says, how dare you betray me? You're going to pay for it. So he's really pissed off. And he's not going to compromise very much with the people who he thought was friends. He's frazzled. He's stubborn. He says, I'm not going to help you people. You know, you betrayed me, so screw you kind of attitude. He feels overwhelmed, insecure, like I said. He feels exhausted and feels like giving up to the people, like, I'm going to give you up because what you did to me. And he feels like he wants to give up, but he's not going to, he's going to compromise. He's going to tell on people. I feel like he's going to do that. And he feels overwhelmed, imbalanced, chaos over everything, and lack of organization. You know, the way he did things by flaunting his parties and everything, and people telling on him. So he feels overwhelmed that he did that, and he feels grief and loss, and despair, and a failure because he got caught with the partying and being with the girls and the drugs and with the other guys. So he feels lost, and he feels lonely. He feels like he has no one to turn to other than his lawyer and all right, this disaster. There is people. He's going to tell on them. Change, chaos, loss, tragedy. There is tragedy. This is tragedy. And he feels loss. He feels grief and loss. And he feels overwhelmed. And he lacks of organization because of what he did. And also, he has anxiety. Here he has an anxiety, and he feels like no one compassion for him. He's feeling sorry for himself, overwhelmed, overextended. Like he thought, hey, I sent you to this party. Why aren't you helping me out? He feels overwhelmed, insecure, exhausted because of all the people, what he says, and he feels lost, and he feels disappointed that that a lot of people aren't on his side anymore. Like, people are going to go and tell on him. So he's upset. And like I said, this is the tower. He dug his own hole. So he's in a hell of a lot of trouble. Yes, he's going to tell on people. I think he will. Let me do 2 more cards. Will he really tell on people? It says, he doesn't say outright he's upset. He's more upset with people not being by his side. It's not saying right now that he's going to tell on anybody, so I'm going to do 3 cards on that. Is he going to go and blab on people? Right now it says he's upset with people not standing by him, and he feels like that. No one's standing by him, very few people. Yes, he's going to tell on people. He feels emotionally blocked. He feels like no one's sticking up for him. He's feeling himself self-pity. He's going to end a bad relationships. The relationships with these guys that he was partying is going to end in chaos. That's the cups in reverse, ace of cups. So he's going to have bad relationship and bad news with these people that he thought that he was their friends, but they're not really his friends. They're going to turn on him. So they're going to turn on him. And he thought he was nurturing to his kids and the people he was friendly with. He thought he was friendly with these people that like they were his brothers and sisters, but they really weren't. They're going to tell on him. So yeah, I feel like, and the Queen, he thought he was intelligent, independent, judgment, clear boundaries. He thought he was going to be protected from, getting away with all these partyings and drugs and stuff, but he's not. The Tower, he's in a hell of a lot of trouble. So people are going to turn against him, and they're going to squeal on him. Eventually, people are going to squeal on Diddy and tell on him, and he's going to do the same thing. He's in the Tower's bad news. Diddy's in trouble, with all those parties and stuff. That's what I feel. He's going to get himself more swicker in quicksand. And he's also going to have people eventually tell on him. More people are going to come out and tell on him because of the parties to save their own hide. And he's going to tell on them too. So it's going to go back and forth. So it's not looking good for Diddy like I had the Tower. This is a sign of bad news for him. Diddy, you're pretty much screwed. Into my next video, this is entertainment purposes only, like I keep on saying. So Diddy, you're pretty much screwed. Entertainment purposes. Into my next video on tarot readings or other subjects. Take care and have a good day or night. Bye.